The story of the Reddy Kingdom begins with the brave actions of others who came before them. In the early 14th century, the Delhi Sultanate had extended its powerful reach deep into the southern lands of the Deccan. This foreign rule brought significant changes and unrest to the Telugu-speaking regions. Local leaders and chieftains, who had long governed their own territories, found themselves under the control of a distant and unfamiliar power. The people of the region felt their culture and way of life were under threat, leading to a growing desire for independence and a return to local rule. This widespread sentiment set the stage for a major rebellion that would reshape the political landscape of Andhra. This simmering discontent finally boiled over into a full-scale revolt, led by a group of determined chieftains known as the Musunuri Nayakas. They organized a confederation of 75 local Nayakas to unite against the Sultanate's forces. The most prominent leader of this movement was Musunuri Pralaya Nayaka. Around the year 1326, he successfully spearheaded the effort to drive the Tughlaq armies out of the coastal Andhra region. This victory was a monumental achievement, as it marked the first successful, unified resistance against the Delhi Sultanate in the south. The Musunuri Nayakas effectively liberated the Telugu lands and restored a sense of local pride and sovereignty, which was a critical first step for what was to come. After Pralaya Nayaka, his cousin, Musunuri Kapaya Nayaka, continued the fight. He expanded the movement and managed to capture the strategic Warangal Fort Warangal, the former capital of the Kakatiya dynasty, from the Sultanate's governor in 1336. By doing so, Kapaya Nayaka established himself as the leader of the liberated Telugu country. He took on the title Andhradeswadisvara, which means Lord of the Andhra country, signifying the restoration of an independent Telugu state. His rule, however, was a constant struggle to maintain control over a vast and diverse coalition of fellow Nayakas, many of whom had their own ambitions for power and territory. From the fertile ground of the Musunuri revolt, the Reddy Kingdom emerged as a strong and organized state. The founder of this new dynasty was a military general named Pralaya Vema Reddy. He had served under the Kakatiya rulers before their fall, and later became a key figure in the confederation of Nayakas that fought to liberate the Andhra region. Unlike other chieftains who were content with smaller territories, Pralaya Vema Reddy had a grander vision. He saw the need for a stable and well-administered kingdom that could bring order and prosperity back to the coastal lands. He was a skilled warrior. He was an astute administrator. The official beginning of the Reddy Kingdom is marked in the year 1325. It was in this year that Pralaya Vema Reddy declared his independence and established his own sovereign rule. He made his first capital at Adanki, a strategic location in the present-day Prakasam district. This act was not just a personal power grab. It was a deliberate move to create a new political center in coastal Andhra. His early inscriptions, known as the Vilasagrant, celebrate him as the restorer of order. They detail how he revived villages, supported Brahmins, and brought back the traditional Hindu social and religious structures that had been disrupted during the period of Sultanate rule. Pralaya Vema Reddy began the expansion of his kingdom with a clear strategy. His initial focus was to secure the coastal region south of the Krishna River. After establishing his capital at Adanki around 1325, his first major military campaign was directed towards the south. He successfully conquered territory down to Nellore, bringing much of the southern Andhra coast under his control. The next step was to secure the northern frontier. Pralaya Vema Reddy led his army north and captured Kondavidu Fort. Kondavidu became the main bastion of Reddy power. His successor, Anavota Reddy, 1353–1364, continued the expansion. Anavota pushed the kingdom further north and west. He waged war on the Rachela Nayakas, capturing several forts and territories from them. He annexed the Srisailam region. He defeated Bahmani forces and extended influence into the Raichur Doab. Anavema Reddy, 1364–1386, became the dynasty's greatest conqueror. He campaigned against the Musunuri Nayakas of Warangal. In a decisive battle, he defeated and killed Musunuri Kapaya Nayaka. The Reddy kings were not just conquerors, they were also skilled administrators. They created a stable and efficient system of governance. Prolaya Vema, Reddy laid the foundation by establishing his capital at Adanki, but he later shifted it to the more defensible and centrally located fortress of Kondavidu. This fort became the political and military heart of the kingdom. The administration was organized in a hierarchical manner. The kingdom was divided into provinces, nadus sthalas. This structure allowed for effective tax collection and maintenance of law and order across their vast territories. Land revenue was the backbone of the kingdom's economy. They conducted detailed land surveys to assess the fertility and productivity of the soil. Taxes were typically fixed at a certain percentage of the agricultural produce, often around 1/6. In addition to land taxes, the government collected revenue from various other sources. Customs duties at ports, like Motupali taxes on professions, levies on mines and forests. This diversified revenue system funded the army, temple building, and cultural activities. The Reddy period was a golden age for Telugu culture, literature, art. The kings were devout Hindus, generous patrons of religion. They built numerous temples dedicated to Shiva, dedicated to Vishnu, provided large grants for temple maintenance. The magnificent temple at Srisailam, a major Shaivite pilgrimage center, received patronage from rulers like Anavota, Reddy Gopinatha. Temple at Adanki temples were not just places of worship, centers of community life, education, the arts, under royal sponsorship, creating a rich cultural environment for all. Trade and commerce thrived, bringing great wealth to the kingdom. Long coastline control of important ports, the famous port of Motupali, and finally, achieving regional dominance under Anavima by capturing Warangal and Kalinga. Under Anavima, the kingdom reached its maximum extent: Cuttack in the north, Kanchi in the south, the Bay of Bengal in the east, the Srisailam Hills in the west. This three-reign expansion transformed a coastal principality into a powerful Telugu empire that controlled the heartland for decades. Prolaya Vema Reddy was not just a rebel chieftain, he was a state builder. He laid the administrative foundations and the military foundations that would allow his successors to expand the kingdom and preside over a golden age of Telugu culture and prosperity. The new dynasty was born from a desire for both independence and order, and its founder possessed the perfect combination of vision and pragmatism to make that desire a reality for the people of the region. A powerful and loyal army was essential for expansion and defense. Infantry, cavalry, elephants, chariots. There was a strong emphasis on the elephant corps and cavalry. The kingdom's security relied on a network of forts: Kondavidu, Belamkonda, Rajamundry. The rulers also used diplomacy and formed strategic alliances to protect their interests. For instance, Anavota Reddy allied with the Vijayanagara kingdom to the south against the Bahmani Sultanate to the north. Contributions of individual rulers were crucial to stability. The decline of the Reddy Kingdom began in the late 14th century, primarily due to internal conflicts and succession disputes. After the powerful reign of Anavima Reddy, the royal family split into two rival branches. One branch continued to rule from the main capital of Kondavidu. A second, rival branch established itself at Rajamundry in the northern part of the kingdom. This division, around 1386, fatally weakened the dynasty. The two Reddy factions frequently fought each other, wasting resources and military strength. Their internal strife opened the door for neighbors to intervene. The Vijayanagara Empire to the south, the Bahmani Sultanate to the north. The Reddys of Kondavidu often found themselves fighting a two-front war. The Reddys of Rajamundry sought alliances with the Bahmanis. They also allied with the Gajapati kings of Orissa. This further complicated the political landscape and accelerated disintegration. Devaraya II of Vijayanagara launched a major invasion. By 1428, he had conquered the southern Reddy capital of Kondavidu. The northern Reddy kingdom at Rajamundry managed to survive for a few more decades, often as a vassal state. The last Reddy ruler of Rajamundry, Virabhadra Reddy, was finally defeated by Kapilendra Deva around 1448. This conquest marked the definitive end of the Reddy Kingdom as an independent political entity. Despite their fall, the legacy of the Reddy rulers is significant and enduring. For over a century, they provided stable governance and security to the Andhra region. They were instrumental in the flourishing of Telugu literature, with their courts nurturing some of the greatest poets. Their patronage of temple construction and public works left behind a rich architectural heritage. By championing Hindu traditions and the Telugu language, they played a crucial role in shaping the cultural identity of the Andhra region. The Reddy Kingdom stands as a testament to a period of great military, cultural, and administrative achievement in the history of southern India.